This is a good opportunity for us to get damage, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to absolutely take it. NATO back as well, and you can see how good this deck is. Oh my gosh. What's up, everyone? It's Durkee here, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 decks for the Double Evolution tournament that starts today. So I'm going to be playing at least one game with each deck and just kind of showing you how to play it, why I think it's good in the tournament. The first deck that I'm going to be playing is Lava Hound with the Evo Bomber and the Evo Zap. And I think this deck is so strong. I'm just going to go for Lava. I think it counters the Dagger Duchess. You're going to be seeing a lot of Dagger Duchess in the tournament, and I think this deck is just incredible against the Dagger Duchess. And I mean, not even just I think, it is incredible against the Dagger Duchess. It also is like kind of an easy deck to play. Like, you kind of just go in for Lavas and take their entire tower. Like, this guy, I don't know what he was doing, to be completely honest. With the Evo Zap as well, it's really easy to break through Inferno Towers and other like buildings that they have. And you can see right here, like, I mean, my opponent was kind of playing like a bot. But we're going to take their entire tower, and so it definitely will help you get to like 10 wins pretty easy, 15 wins, and this guy's not even running the Dagger Duchess, he's just running the Princess Tower. So Lava Hound, really, really strong win condition with the double evolutions. And you can see here, like, with the Dagger Duchess, it's really, really easy to defend Hog Rider as well. So my opponent used his Firecracker, so I'm just going to go with the Lava Hound in the back and set up a push for the opposite lane. So yeah. He does that. I actually, in hindsight, I wish I would have played guards on that. In general, when you play Lava Hound, you want to save your air troops to support your lava, and then you want to use like grounded troops on defense. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to support it with a Lava Hound, or with a Inferno Dragon. And I'm going to Evo Zap just because I want to try and keep my Inferno Drag alive. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's okay. We're just going to chill. I will Fireball this, though. Okay, and guards plus Dagger Duchess full counter a Hog Rider, so that's something to keep in mind, like when you're on defense. If they play a Hog Rider or they play a Goblin Drill, like you want to save your guards. They're by far like the best defensive card in the game. Okay. Okay, this dude is so crazy. Okay, I'm going to save my guards for the Hog Rider, and then I'm going to Lava like this, just to support it, so it's not just out there on its own. He actually has a lot of air cards. Like, he has a Hunter, he has a Mother Witch, and he has Mega Minion, but he's just playing really, really weird. Okay. It's gonna Bomber here. I feel like he has to play a Hog Rider. Yeah, exactly. Fireball here onto the Princess and the Firecracker, and that's gonna be a good game. There's not really anything you can do, so... We're going to go with our Skeleton Dragons, just in case he goes in with the Hog Rider. Yeah. Bomber down low. Guard surrounds here. Fireball. And that guy played really weird, but... I mean... like, he had a lot of air counters, but our deck's really good at anyways. So I'm going to play one more with that deck, because I didn't like that match. We'll see you in the next one. Into our next game against Juan here. And I really wanted to show off how strong this deck is against the Dagger Duchess, so this is perfect. Lava Hound in double and triple elixir against the Dagger Duchess is seriously just like so good. It's actually so hard to stop, so I'm really excited to show that off. And we're going to cycle to our Evo Zap. Evo Zap is really, really important to try and have in hand when you go in for your Lava Hound, if possible. I mean, it's not always possible to do that. Okay, we're going to spread everything out here, yeah, because I figured he was going to go for a poison of some sort. Okay. Nice. Poison is actually really, really good against Lava Hound. It helps clean everything up, but anyways. He got a lot of damage there, but all of his pressure cards are out of hand, so we're safe to go in for a Lava. Try and find out what his air defense is. We have Fireball in hand. Hopefully he doesn't have like an Inferno Tower, because we don't have our Evo Zap and Cycle, so we're just going to let it breathe. You can see he's going to leak a lot of Elixir, which is good. Okay, he goes in for that. So once that targets the Lava Hound, we're going to go in. And then we might zap something. And you can see, look at what happens to the Dagger Duchess, right? He has no elixir. Dagger Duchess basically can't defend that. Okay. He goes in for the Tornado, which, you know, well played, well played. But he's still out of ammunition. Like he still needs to defend this. And the Dagger Duchess still hasn't recharged. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I thought, like, that defense was really good, right? Like, he actually defended that really well, as best as he could, and he's still going to lose his tower. And that's what I mean. Like, you're kind of limited by the tower troop anyways. So we didn't panic there, and this just goes to show, like, the Dagger Duchess is so bad. It's bad against Golem, it's bad against Lava Hound, so if you find yourself playing a lot of Dagger Duchess, that's, like, all the more reason to run this deck specifically. So I'm going to go in for Lava. He's actually down on Elixir, so if he goes in for a Goblin Joe, we can go for Evo Berry, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they just give up. Even if they have Inferno Tower, you can break through with an Evo Zap plus Fireball or Evo Zap plus Skeleton Dragons, and it's really strong. So it kind of looks like my opponent just gave up. I'm not entirely sure, but kind of the way that they're playing. I'm going to go Balloon behind to support it. We're going to get the Inferno Dragon onto the King Tower, and looks like that's going to be an easy 3 crown. So yeah, this is probably my #1 deck I recommend for like easy 10 wins, easy 15 wins. So give it a try, and we'll get into the next deck right now. Okay, into our next match here, showing you the next deck that I recommend for the double evolution tournament, which is Elixir Golem with the Evo Skeletons and the Evo Bats. And the reason that I think this deck is really good is because the skill threshold to play this deck is very low. Like, it's not hard to play, but it counters so many decks. The Evo Skeletons and the Evo Bat combo can be overwhelming for so many decks. Like, there are certain decks like Log Bait or like sometimes Graveyard where you just like instantly win. Like, just because your deck like counters them. It's really easy to play as well. So if you're someone that, like, you know, maybe your main deck isn't meta and you want to play something new, like, it is very easy to learn this deck. So this guy right off the bat, I can already see has a lot of answers for us. He has the Tombstone, he has the Executioner, but we're not going to worry about it too much. Okay, I'm just going to drop a Night Witch here. Get ready to defend. I'm going to have to block, like, the XC, because otherwise it just gets too much value. Nice, so really well played by my opponent. Like I said, he has a ton of answers for us, so I don't know really yet 100% how we're going to be able to play around him. I'm going to Rage here just to take care of this Exy. And he has another one. Okay, so we're definitely going to need to play around the Executioner. The good news is he just ignored my pump, which is really good. Yeah, I'm going to go like this, and then once the Executioner locks, we're going to go for the Evo Skeletons. And that was kind of greedy, and I think we might have caught him out here, which is ideal. I'm going to pressure with the Skeleton King as well. Good split lane pressure. And I think my opponent may have gotten too aggressive there. Yep, exactly. And that's what this deck does as well. Another reason why I think it's really good is it punishes mistakes really strong. Like, this dude had so many answers for us. He has the Executioner, he had Dark Goblin, he had Tombstone, but it doesn't matter. He made one mistake and we capitalized on it. One time of being too aggressive. And that's all it takes to win with this deck. I'm going to Arrows here. And at this point, we're kind of just delaying the inevitable 3 crown. Yeah. I'm gonna clutch it out, though, just to be sure. You can't do anything, dude. E-Golem is so good sometimes. Okay, we're going to cycle Arrows, Skeletons, Bats, and then we're back to another Rage. So there are a lot of 3 crowns with this deck. So GG's to Messi. We'll go ahead and catch you in the next game with this same deck. Alright, into our next match here, once again with E-Golem, because that last match was really fast. E-Golem is also really good against the Dagger Duchess. Kind of the same reason that I recommend playing Lava Hound is because the Dagger Duchess struggles against... Sorry, we're going to have to decline that. The Dagger Duchess struggles with, like, tankier troops. So there's going to be a ton of Dagger Duchess in the tournament. And that's why I think it's a good idea to run, like a Golem or Elixir Golem or things like that. Or Lava Hound, like I recommended in the first video. I'm going to split Skeletons. I didn't know Dagger Duchess would full counter that, so that's awesome. And we're up a teeny bit of Elixir, but I'm not going to go in for a push just yet. Okay, he has a Pump as well. I'm trying to think what deck runs Pump and Knight, but I think that we honestly might be okay to go in for an Elixir Golem here. I'm thinking about it. Because he pumped up. We were already up an Elixir before the pump, I'm pretty sure. We're going to go like this. Rage everything up. Okay. Decent. I mean, look at the Dagger Duchess. Look at her struggling with that other side. That wasn't even that good of a push, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but he didn't really have anything to do. He goes for a second pump. Okay, so it's definitely Golem. So I think we're going to be okay against a Golem. We just need to watch out for the Tornado, because this Tornado gets a lot of value on the Evo Bats and the Evo Skeletons. So we just need to keep that in mind. Okay. The E-Drag as well is just like so punishing. So wherever he plays the E-Drag, we're just going to kind of go away from that. Okay, we're going to go like this. Arrows. Rage. Okay. What happened to... Okay, Dagger Duchess has to recharge. We need to go like this. Keep our skeleton guy alive. That's towered down. But I can't really defend either. We're kind of in this like stalemate of like neither of us can defend. So the deck he's playing is actually another good deck for the tournament as well. If y'all were interested in trying to run that. Okay, I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna Skeleton King high just to distract everything. Goes for the tornado. Arrows here. Almost takes care of the lumberjack, not quite. I don't know if we can defend. Okay, I'm gonna go bats late here. Rage everything up. Arrows. And a raged E-Golem is like just so hard to defend in general. So we ended up getting the upper hand, it looks like. If I can just get to another rage arrows. Please. E-Golem in the pocket. And when you play against Golem, it's just like a slobber knocker. You just kind of like pick your spots and go in when you can. So we managed to just edge out Golem. Yeah, there's a close one. We'll take it. A win is a win. So yeah, give this deck a try. I'm going to show you the next deck in the next game. Alright, into our next game, our next deck here with, I think, my personal favorite no-skill deck of all time, Giant Graveyard. I made a YouTube video on this deck like 2 or 3 videos ago, so if you want more gameplay with this deck, go check out that video, but I'm going to play 2 games here. I think this deck is incredible. It counters the Dagger Duchess. It's so easy to play. You can kind of just steamroll people. I actually completed a 12-win challenge on stream using this deck. So this might take the spot of my #1 recommendation. I don't know. It's seriously so good. And so many people just like don't know how to defend against Graveyard. Like I don't know how to explain it, but a lot of people just struggle against Graveyard. So this person is kind of spending a lot. So I'm just gonna go in, like genuinely. Look, the Dagger Duchess is out of daggers. He does have a poison, so we'll see if we can play around the poison because poison obviously full counters a Graveyard. But even with that, look, like he had a poison for the Graveyard and he's still struggling. He's gonna eat all of this damage. I'm tempted to zap because I just need a cycle anyway, and it's gonna spawn more bats. So that's what I'm talking about. Like you would think in a vacuum that there's no business for us to win this matchup, and we already took his tower. Yeah, it's crazy. As I say, this deck is so good. So this is already gonna be a win. I feel like I didn't do anything too amazing. Okay. He goes in for that. Obviously, it kind of worked out for him. I want to bait out his poison, like, on defense, like, instead of on the Graveyard. So we'll see if he does. I feel like I'm giving him really good poison value. Kind of wasted my Evo Zap. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done that. It's all good, though. And he didn't poison. So he's running Goblin Drill poison. The good news is if he goes in for, like, a massive Goblin Drill push, we can always just kind of opt to go in with the Giant Graveyard. Like, you know... Sack and attack is kind of the key component of this deck. Okay, so he gets 1 Bomber Slash, not a big deal. We're just going to chill. Bowler, one of the best answers for Goblin Drill as well. You just need to watch out for the Evo Berry when they try and play it at the bridge in tandem. So as long as you can predict the Evo Berry, you're going to be fine. Okay, he doesn't play anything yet. Evo Bats are coming into cycle. We're going to get ready with our arrows, like I said, in case he goes for the Evo Berry. Goes opposite lane. There's the Evo Berry. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just going to zap here to keep my giant alive. Oh, never mind. Come on, stay alive. Stay with me. Okay, unfortunate. Unfortunate I zapped a little bit too late there. Doesn't have Evo Berry in cycle. Honestly, when you play against Goblin Drill, you need to track their Evolution Berry cycle. Like, that is... You will win or lose the game off of Evolved Berries, I promise you. We're going to pop the ability here for the drill. We're going to go for... That's supposed to be a bowler, but it's fine. That's what I'm talking about, Evo Berry. And we ended up defending. I could have played that aggressively. I opted to play it defensively. But it worked out anyway. So GG's, easy win against Goblin Drill, despite them having poison. I'm going to play one more game with this deck. Enter our next match here against Set Rocks. And we're going to be rocking again with Giant Graveyard. Everyone running the Dagger Duchess. So for those of you that don't know, I'm usually a log bait main. So it pains me to have to not recommend a log bait deck, but log bait is just so bad in the meta right now. Like, truthfully, it's an awful deck. Okay, he used his poison, so I'm tempted here to just go for a graveyard. Like, I know it's a bad play. If we can force out more elixir here, I might go in with a graveyard. Actually, I'm going to do it because he cycled his berry. I'm going to do it. He cycled his log. I think he just lost. I'm not even joking. Like, that's the power of this deck, dude. Like, literally just taking advantage of their cycle. Like, he just poorly managed his cycle. And we already took a third of his tower. That's awesome. That's huge. I only did that because he went in for the poison. Okay, we're going to go arrows here. And then... Ooh. Okay, we're going to be okay. Dagger Duchess also struggles against mini tanks like the Goblin Drill. So, it is what it is. Good counter push by him. It was kind of an aggressive play, but we're still net okay. He also used his poison again, so I'm tempted. But I don't have arrows or Evo Zap for the Evo Bomber, so I probably shouldn't go in, but we'll see. Alright, so we need to watch out for the Evo Berry, like I said. Interesting that we got 2 Goblin Drill matchups, but Goblin Drill is probably also going to be a popular deck. But it's not super easy to play, so like I said, I don't know if I would 100% recommend that. Okay, if he goes for... No, okay, he doesn't. I'm going to let this go. And I'm going to slow roll all night because he still has to spend on it. My gardener's outside. Our landscaper. Don't know if you guys can hear it. It's kind of loud. At least for me, but that's okay. We're just going to let it breathe. Okay, bats. He's definitely ready for the graveyard. I'm still going to go in, though. He'll probably just poison. Put arrows onto everything. But even with all of, like, he knew the graveyard was coming. Like, you could tell he was setting up for the graveyard, but it seriously didn't even matter. That's crazy to me. Okay. Little Prince ability here. Decent. Okay, he goes for the poison, so I'm just going to go in for the graveyard. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at it go, look at it go, look at the graveyard go. Yep, like, was it worth poisoning? I don't know. I feel like it wasn't worth poisoning if I'm him, but I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy. I'm not him. Okay, we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna predict the berry. Because that's the only way he wins in that situation, is if he goes for the berry. So 2 wins against Goblin Drill Poison, which we have no business winning, but you can really exploit your opponent's mistakes, because Goblin Drill players love to go for Drill Poison, just punish with a graveyard, and it's like a free win. So GG's to this guy. We'll catch you with the next deck. Okay, into our next match here, and those last 2 games had me feeling inspired, so we're going to be rocking with this Goblin Drill deck. I definitely think this is a harder deck to play in the tournament, but it has a higher, like, skill ceiling, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to go like this to protect my Tesla. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend, like, new players playing this deck. Like, it is a little more difficult to play, like, just right off the bat. But you can outplay, like, any deck with this deck, I think, if that makes sense. So, like, it's not super easy to play, but it has the highest skill ceiling. So give this deck a try if you consider yourself, like, a higher level player. You can play Goblin Drill Poison. And I think it's important to have Poison in your deck because of all of, like, the large beatdown decks that are going to be taking advantage of the Dagger Duchess. You're going to want to have a deck that runs Poison if you're not running, like, a large beatdown deck. Which is another reason why Log Bait is so bad, because it's like you don't want Rocket as your big spell. You want, like, a Poison or a Fireball, or you just want to be running something different. So right away, he goes in. I'm going to pressure at the bridge here. I don't expect too much from this push, to be completely honest. I'm just trying to apply some pressure. But yeah, this deck is really, really good for a lot of reasons. Nice. Okay, so we're going to get a ton of damage here. You have the Evo Bomber, which is amazing. You have the Mighty Miner. You have a Poison. Okay, so I'm just going to Poison on this. And I don't think I can get my skeletons down in time, so that's unfortunate, but we're still chilling. Dagger Duchess is going to clean everything up because she's amazing. And net, I'm liking those interactions. He's running Mortar, which I don't know how much Mortar you're going to see, to be completely honest. Dagger Duchess full counters the Firecracker. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that. Okay. Drill in the back. Perfect. It's going to freeze up the tower. And I don't know if we're going to get any chip. Yeah, we are. So we force out a log. I don't have my Evo Burying Cycle. I don't know if he knows that or not. We need to watch out for the Evo Mortar. That is a little scary. Okay, we're going to Tesla here just to clean all this up. Dagger Duchess is going to do her best, but it's not going to be enough. Okay, I'm going to cycle a berry here. I want to get to my Evo one anyway. Okay, Mighty Miner in the back. And then I feel like he's going to go in for a mortar soon. So I'm going to have my skeletons ready to split and distract the mortar. He doesn't. I'm going to just take a poison. Like, that's what Goblin Drill does so well. You can kind of just Goblin Drill poison. I'm going to split like this. And then I want him to mortar. I'm waiting for him to mortar. But if he doesn't do it, then he doesn't do it. We're just going to bury here. Yeah, he has to fireball on the berry. And we take the tower. Like, and look, yep, we got the Evil Mortar. That's exactly what I wanted. Evil Tesla going to clean everything up. And there's no chance that he breaks through this. So, good game against Mortar. Most likely, so I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but we're just going to go for a defensive poison here, and that's going to be a GG. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, Goblin Drill, I think you have the most outplay potential out of all of the decks, but it's not necessarily the most easy deck to play, especially when it has like such a quick cycle where you're making more decisions than a beatdown deck. But anyways, that's a good game. I'm going to play one more game with this deck. We'll see you there. All right, up here against FF, which in gamer terms means forfeit. He's running the Cannoneer, which is so good for us. Okay, we're going to split our skeletons here. And we might even just go in. Okay, he cycled his berry. We're going to go in with the Goblin Drill in the back. And then wait to play my Ice Spirit because the Cannoneer will one-shot it. And I'm going to take this poison. Hope I don't regret it. I might regret it. We'll see. And then we're going to bomber on the side. Skeletons for the bandit. And so far, I'm not regretting anything. Oh, well. Dagger Duchess had to recharge. Okay, so he's running recruits. I think we'll be okay. Evil Tesla is really, really good against the recruits. I probably should have played a Tesla to help cycle. But like I said, this deck has really strong defense. So I was a little aggressive there. I definitely didn't need to be that aggressive. Okay, I'm going to pressure here. Weird minion split. He just kind of burned 3 elixir. I don't know if I agree with that. Okay. We'll see how the Dagger Duchess does here. You kind of want to protect your Tesla. Not kind of. You want to protect your Tesla here because it's like your main source of DPS. Go like this. And I'm going to try and get my King Tower activated here with the Evil Berry. And we're going to. So all in all, really good defense. I don't think those recruits were that good. Like, if you look, we got so much Goblin Drill damage and we defended really well. So really, really smart to protect our Tesla. Your Tesla is so important because if you're running the Dagger Duchess, like, you can run out of her. She can run out of her daggers really quickly. I don't know why I keep cycling cards in that lane. Maybe he doesn't want to give me poison value, but then I can kind of just go in for drills. And I'm going to take the poison on the bomber because he has to spend something else now. Or not. Okay. Thought he was going to. Okay, big mistake with those minions, because watch this. Yep. That's another reason the Mighty Miner is so good, is that bomb is really, really good on defense. Okay, we're going to go like this. And then we're going to pressure here. And then King Tower should help out on this defense. I'm just going to pre-poison. I don't really think there's a lot he can do. Like, I really don't, because we have the Evil Tesla. Evil Tesla, look at it go on the minions. Bang. Once the bandit dashes, we're going to pop this ability, protect our Tesla, and then go in for another Goblin Drill poison, and it's like, alright, that's probably going to be a good game. So if you hate losing to Evo recruits, I know I do. This might be the deck for you. Poison, Drill. He had to play the minions into the poison, and that's just a good game. So, Goblin Drill, really good deck in the meta. I don't know what to say. Hopefully those games show it. And we'll see you with the final deck of the video next. All right, into the last deck of the video, and it's going to be Graveyard Control. And I think that, you know, we started the video with kind of the easier decks and ending with decks that are a little harder to play. So Graveyard, it's a control deck, so you want to be patient, you want to be calculated and wait for your time to strike. And that's why I think it's one of the best decks for this challenge, as I truly believe good Graveyard players can win anything. So it looks like we're going to be going up against Giant Graveyard. Oh, maybe not. Not sure. Some sort of beatdown deck, and he's coming out swinging, and we have a really clean defense there. So important not to panic, and we actually didn't end up with that positive of an elixir trade. So I'm not going to go in for a Graveyard. Like I said, this deck is calm and cold and calculated, so that's how we're going to play it. A Baby Dragon in the back, and then we're just going to go for a low Knight, helping cycle to our evolutions. Knight last second here to protect our tower. and have like a small counter push, not much. So Prince, he might just be playing beatdown. He might not have a graveyard. The Prince is what's throwing me off. Okay, I will say this is a good opportunity for us to get damage, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to absolutely take it. NATO back as well, and you can see how good this deck is. Oh my gosh. So in addition to having the graveyard as a win condition, the berry acts as a secondary win condition. So that's huge for us. Yeah, so that giant by him I don't think was the best. We're going to go for Baby Dragon on the Flying Machine. And then I think I'm going to go in for a graveyard because he just spent a lot there. He spent a Miner, he spent a Flying Machine, 7 Elixir, and I don't foresee him able to defend this graveyard very easily. So I'm also going to pressure the opposite lane. Yeah, because I knew he was going to spend a lot on the graveyard. So just kind of dismantling this guy, right? Like, he played really aggressive. He started off with the giant Night Witch, and now we found ourselves in a really, really good situation where we've almost taken both towers. We're 2 poisons away from that tower. So I just have to play defense for the next 56 seconds, and we win. Okay, he goes in for the giant. I'm going to save my poison, I think, for his push, but I will go in with the graveyard, try and take that other tower. It's going to basically force out a defense from him of some sort. Flying Machine's not going to cut it, so if he opts to let his tower go, that's fine with me, but perfect. We forced out Elixir just like we were trying to do. I'm going to Knight to protect my Tombstone. Okay, he goes for the Fireball. I'm going to go like this. Poison plus Evo Bomber should take care of everything. Going for a graveyard on the opposite lane, and at this point, I'm pretty sure that it's a good game. He gives us the well played. Pretty much a sign or acknowledgement of defeat. So we're going to take this and move on to our final game of the video with our graveyard deck. So GG's to this guy. We'll go ahead and catch y'all in the next one. To our next and final match of the video with our double evolution graveyard deck. And if you're someone who doesn't normally have 2 evolutions in your deck, maybe you're under leveled or you don't have King Tower level 15, this is a good time to try out double evolutions, see how you like them. That's kind of why they have these tournaments, to kind of give all players the opportunity to play with decks that they wouldn't normally have. So I think that's really cool. Okay, I just cycled my 2 Evos. You could play patiently, like typically when you play Graveyard you want to be a little more reactive, but I was fine with what I did here. Just kind of feeling out everything. I'm actually going to pop the ability here, and because he goes in for the pump, I think I'm actually going to go in for a graveyard, because a pump, for those of you that don't know, is 6 Elixir. Okay, we're going to go like that. He's running the Elixir Golem deck that I played early on in the video, so he has no Elixir right now, and that graveyard is pretty much going to take most of his tower, which is really, really nice. Okay, nice. So really good start. We didn't punish the pump, but we can actually defend really, really easily with Poison, Evo Bomber, Tombstone. We have a lot of answers for E-Golem. So he's probably going to make a push here. Yeah, okay, we're going to get a really nice poison off. I'm even going to... No, I'm going to save the Bomber. I wanted to go for the Bomber, but I think it would be too risky, so I'm just going to chill here. Get ready with our poison. We're going to do it like this. I have Evo Berry down low. And you can see all those bats are going into the poison. And the reason Graveyard is so good is because, like, the Poison Tornado combo is deadly. Like, look at that right there. We took no damage on that push, and that was his big push that he had because of the Elixir Pump. So that's a deadly combination, like I said. NATO Poison does so well. Okay, so he does that. So here's what we're gonna do. This time we are actually gonna punish the pump. We're gonna go Giant or Knight, and then Graveyard, and we're gonna poison on all of this. Nice. I should have hit the pump. That was my fault. That was my fault for not poisoning the Elixir Pump. Noted. But I still think we're going to be able to defend. We just need to cycle back to another poison here. And remember, his only spells, I believe, are Zap. Zap and NATO. He goes for another pump. That's interesting to me. We're back to another poison. Okay. We're going to pull everything to the middle here, and then Tombstone. And beautiful defense, Evo Bomber here. We're going to get an influx of Elixir as well, which is really, really nice. Pull everything in. Nice. So far, so good. I'm going to pressure with the Little Prince ability here. And then we're going to have a nasty counter push on the other side as well. So bats come down. I'm going to preemptively go for a poison here. And I don't think he's going to be able to defend that. So that's a good game against Elixir Golem. We pretty much would have taken both towers. So that's a really good matchup for us as well, because we have the poison, the NATO, and the bomber. So that's a GG's. We'll catch you in the outro. that's going to do it for today's video. Good luck in the double evolution tournament for all of you competing. Have fun. Give one of these decks a try. I promise it'll help you get 10 wins, 15 wins, 20 wins. And let me know how you do in the tournament in the comment section. I'm interested to see. And if you have any other decks that you think are really good that I didn't recommend, also share those in the comments because I'm always on the lookout for new things. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in another video real soon.